Sup chat, welcome back to my YouTube channel, aka my garage. I'm Ron with 41 Trading, and back with another I'd buy that for $1 video where I just go through some of the things I've sourced. For my reselling business, we do general reselling, antiques, military, collectibles, cards, just about anything that has value. Quick programming note, so this is the second video. This is still very much like a beta test sort of version. Obviously, this is being done with the bare bones, my phone, front-facing camera recording, onboard audio. You know, if this is successful, if this is something that people like, are interested in, I want to improve that, get better audio probably first, and why would you want to stick around and encourage me to do that? We can just do more than just sourcing videos. We can go through what sells. We can go through and maybe even do like POVs of sourcing this stuff, at the thrift stores, at the garage sales. That's probably quite a bit of ways away because it requires a lot of editing. That's a next step up type of thing. We also have some 100-mile garage sale type things here in Montana. And, one of them's in my backyard down here in the Bitterroot Valley in western Montana. Other two are way over on the eastern part of the state. But I don't know, probably not something that there's a lot of content on. And maybe something where there's going to be some good finds. So if you find this stuff interesting, if you want to learn more about sourcing, if you just find what I'm sourcing interesting, if you want to see more of this, just let me know. If I can get one person that subscribes and is interested in this, that would be amazing. If I can get 2, that's 2 times as good. If I can get 3, that's another 2 times. It's not just 1.5 times as good as 2 people. I very much view in the early stages, every additional subscriber is still a geometric function. Each person still doubles the amount of excitement and interest that I think there is for this. And, maybe it's an exponential function. So, I don't know. I don't expect more than like 10 people to be interested in this before it fizzles out, but we'll see. Leave a comment, like, whatever, follow. That's cool. So let's just get into what I sourced on Monday. This is taking place a couple days later, but just was looking for time to do it. It's a smaller haul than the first video. Probably going to be a pretty short video. But we'll start with the clothing here. Found this at Super Thrift, I believe it's called. Found some militaria. Lightweight Air Force utility jacket. This is E7, I believe. This is post 1992 or 1993 when they did these chevron at the top with the stripes below. I actually have another E7 here that I sourced from another place, and you can see how that varies. It was just all stripes. Anyway, that's I don't know why they did that, but it obviously makes it a lot easier to read. You can just go, oh, okay, 1 chevron E7 Master Sergeant. Utility jackets, probably $30. I believe this was $10 for a jacket. All their jackets there at Super Thrift are $10. E7 mess dress jacket, probably $60 minimum plus $10 shipping, so you probably get $70, $75. Might be even more. A lot of the examples I've seen don't have the rank insignia on it. So, maybe 80, 90. We'll see. Got that for $10. Again, it's funny. I said in the last video, I don't do a lot of general clothing reselling. And then here I am doing not just military clothing, but general clothing. Brand new with tags. This caught my eye because it's seersucker. And I haven't lived in Louisiana. I'm familiar with the fabric and its utility, especially in the heat. And it's nice that we're coming into summer, so there should be a good demand for this. It's 46R. Retail price was $120. Marked it down to $60. I got it for $10. I think if you just can wait for the right buyer to come along, I think this will probably sell for over 50 bucks. Windbreaker, Seattle Seahawks, cost 10 bucks. Sorry if you hear buzzing. There's a bee in here. Anyway, life goes on. So got this 10 bucks, maybe 30, 35. I was thinking it was probably going to be closer to 50, but 30 bucks, still a nice flip. This is interesting. It just kind of popped out because of this sort of multicolored houndstooth. Sort of a brown base. It's got some grays, some dark brown, some sort of tan khaki, and some black stripes in there. It looks vintage-ish, maybe 70s. I don't think it's tweed. The tag with the sort of contents, care instructions is gone. It's made by Lord Tarleton, 5th Avenue, New York. I've seen Tarleton jackets, not seen Lord Tarleton. So 10 bucks. It just caught my eye. We'll see what happens with that. Last thing from Super Thrift, a gi, CK Fight Life brand gi, A4 model. I think when I Googled these or eBayed these, they're over 50 bucks generally. Usually they have a belt. This one didn't have a belt, so I don't know if that's going to impact price at all. For 10 bucks, I figured the risk is worth the potential reward. So moving on to the next place, actually got these from Super Thrift as well. I don't usually do glassware anymore. I've done glassware and it hasn't really worked out very well for me. I think it's just because I haven't been buying at the right price. So I couldn't price it right on the reselling side. Like they say, you make your money when you buy, not when you sell. These came from the thrift store, $3. It's just a big margarita glass, but it's hand blown. It has a Pontil mark. If you get into glassware, you'll know that hand blown stuff has a Pontil mark where they have to sort of break off the piece from I don't know all the technical terms of it, but they have the big metal thing that they use to hold it, to hand blow it. And that leaves this piece that they got to break off, I think, and that's called a Pontil mark. Some people shave them down and smooth them out really well, but you can still tell. It'd be nice if this was a set, if there was a pair, but I think if there's somebody out there that has one and they break one, this one could go for 20, 25 bucks or more. I don't recall what the sets were going for, but for $3, I think that's a good buy. I did get a set also from Super Thrift, and I was familiar with the makers of these. So I had a set, and I broke one of them, unfortunately, because I'm a klutz, and still trying to sell the other one that I have to maybe somebody that is also a klutz and broke theirs. But anyway, I believe it's Costa. Yeah, Costa Boda. It's Costa with a K. Kin Doan, I believe is the name. This is, anyway, it's serialized. Hand painted, hand blown as well. It's got a Pontil mark. This is very similar to the other set that I had. The other set was, I think, champagne flutes or wine glasses with a similar hand-painted decoration of the base. They look pretty cool. They're hand-painted. I think the other set that I had, it went for over 100. No idea what these minis go for. This costs $2 for each. So I think that's going to be a really nice flip. And that is everything that I got from Super Thrift. Let's go over to Goodwill. And this was pretty cool because I went to Goodwill on Saturday. I went back on Monday. I've never thrifted the same place that frequently. And one thing I learned is that it's worth it to increase the frequency of sourcing, because there's stuff that's, at least at Goodwill, going out every day, at least in the hard goods section. Clothing, the racks are pretty close together. The aisles are pretty narrow. I don't see people out there daily. My guess is that they are putting new stuff out there daily, just at the beginning of the day or the end of the day when there's fewer people. But hard goods, there's constantly new stuff being put out there and rotated out there. So it's worth it to go maybe every other day, maybe twice a week. I don't know. But if you don't go, you're not going to get stuff. If so, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, 2 days later, I found this. Maybe I missed it the first time, but electronic picture frame, sealed. That's why I bought it. I've heard from other resellers, these are good flips. I looked on eBay real quick at listings. There was one listed for over 50. Now I know that's not the sold listings, but combined with a listing at over 50, people saying they're good flips for $8, I figured I'd take a chance on it. I'll probably crack it just to CYA and make sure that everything that's in there is supposed to be in there. Turn it on if I can. So that's what I got from Goodwill. Last thing, which is probably the least interesting thing, is just a bunch of supplies from a little local thrift shop we have here in Montana, and a regional thrift shop. It's just CPAP supplies. They had a whole CPAP machine for $150. The case was open. I didn't want to sit there and look and see if all the pieces were there. Does it need to be cleaned? Blah, 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 blah. It's a big investment. Who knows? Maybe it would be like a $700 machine. I don't really know. I didn't really want to take a risk on that when I got plenty of other stuff to sell right now, to list. And these small consumables are probably going to sell faster because it's consumable. People need them. They're sealed. And they were all under $5. I think there's, 8 or 9 things there, 10 things maybe. Some of them were, $2 or $3. Paid about $43 for it. There's a lot listed, but it's a pretty high turnover thing because it's consumable. So I think you can probably 2 or 3x on what you paid on some of these things. They're masks. They're I don't think there's filters, but it's tanks, reservoirs. I guess you got to change the tanks on these things. I don't know. I got to look into it a little bit more, but just some quick research, low investment, $40. And, unfortunately they had a whole box of consumables. They wouldn't sell me the whole thing. I just took the whole box up there and said, hey, there's $50 worth of stuff. Would you give me a deal on it? Because some of the hoses were a bit overpriced, and hoses are probably, I don't know what it is, but the hoses on the secondary market, they're all just under $10, which you're not going to be able to make enough on that. So, every place is different. Some places love to make a deal. This particular thrift shop that we have regionally here, they're pretty stingy on that stuff. But anyway, that's the haul. Again, if you like this stuff, let me know, and we can do more things, more creative things. I have ideas, and hopefully we can improve this and have some more fun and learn things. So, all right, see you next time.